The Curator. The day. The Guardian. Died year. Unknown. Heroes don't become villains in a single moment. They become villains one impossible choice at a time. After I became keeper of the archive, I swore I would never erase a single life. No matter how unstable a timeline became, I believed there had to be another way. For decades, then centuries, I searched. Every book in the archive held a different possibility, a different future, a different solution, but every path ended the same way. Reality collapsed. I watched oceans disappear overnight. Entire civilizations blinked out of existence. People remembered lives they had never lived. Children woke up speaking languages that had never been created. Time itself was breaking, and every timeline I refused to erase made it worse. Still, I couldn't do it. I couldn't decide who deserved to exist. Then I found a timeline, unlike any other. A quiet little coastal town, a young woman with dark hair, an old pocket watch. Her name was Lila Morgan. At first, she was insignificant, just another traveler slipping between years. But in every future where she continued traveling, reality fractured faster. Not because she was evil, because she cared. She tried to save everyone. Every person she rescued created another timeline, another impossible future, another crack. I watched hundreds of versions of Lila, then thousands. Some became heroes, some became monsters, some died trying to fix what could never be repaired. Every version made the cracks wider. Then, I made my first decision. I removed one book, one timeline, one Lila Morgan. The moment I did, the cracks stopped spreading. For a while, I told myself it was mercy, that sacrificing one world had saved countless others. It became easier the second time, then the third. Soon I wasn't erasing timelines. I was choosing which futures deserved to survive. That was the day I stopped being their guardian and became their judge. Years passed. I no longer wore ordinary clothes. The archive changed me. My face faded until even I couldn't remember it. Pocket watches from erased timelines hung from my coat. Each one belonged to someone history had forgotten. Each one reminded me of the price of my choices. But I never stopped. Then, one day, a young man walked into the archive. He wasn't supposed to find it. His name was Elliot Hart. He looked at the empty shelves where erased timelines had once been. Then he looked at me. "I remember them," he whispered. I froze. That had never happened before. No one remembered the erased. No one. Except him. For the first time in centuries, I felt something I thought I'd lost. Fear. If one person could remember, then one person could restore everything I had sacrificed to protect. Every timeline, every disaster, every impossible future, everything would return. I couldn't allow that. Not after all I'd done, not after all I'd lost. So I made one final promise. I would find every time traveler, every anomaly, every impossible memory, and I would erase them, before they erased reality, from that day forward. No one called me the Keeper. No one called me the Guardian. Across every timeline, across every century, only one name remained, the Curator. And somewhere in the future, a young woman carrying a sketchbook and a man who remembered too much were already searching for me. End.